Good morning and welcome to Genuine. My name is Jen and in today's video we're going to be talking about happiness. So seeing this title may make you want to switch off, especially if you're in a low place right now, and I know how that feels. I'm not forcing happiness at all in this video, but I'm just going to be doing activities that can trigger that happiness. I used to want to try and find happiness in the bigger things, but realised now it's actually the mundane things in life, and it's often those unexpected moments, those little surprises that we come across, and just in the ordinary kind of everyday jobs that we do. And I'm just gonna show you what makes me happy, and they're really not big things, they're just small things. And I know that especially when you have a chronic condition, sometimes the bigger things that you want to do are not always possible, and that can make you feel really low when you can't be doing what everyone else is doing. And especially when you see things on Facebook, you think, okay, I'm missing out on that, I can't do this and I can't do that. But I'm just going to show you how you can find happiness in the really small things, and that can literally be by making a cup of tea or making your favourite breakfast. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to have some granola and yoghurt because I really like that. I'm not a massive breakfast person, so I quite like the simple things. So I'm just going to start with that. Welcome back. So I just made my breakfast, and whilst I have my breakfast I'm going to have a look through some of the notes I've made, just so I make sure I cover everything, because the worst thing is you make a video and then you forget something. So it's just a little bit of what happens behind the scenes. I think since starting a YouTube channel you do realise how much work goes into each little thing. So I'm going to enjoy my breakfast and yeah, have some quiet time. So the next thing I like to do is my makeup. That does actually bring me genuine happiness. It's quite creative in some ways because you're almost painting, well, to a very low level. But I'm not a beauty expert, but I find it just brings me that bit of confidence, and it just, for some reason, it helps me feel better, almost physically sometimes, because I just feel a bit more put together. And even if I'm not going out, I sometimes will do my makeup because in some ways it makes me feel like I'm almost going out for the day, even though I'm not. But I'm not an expert, so I'm just going to do my makeup now, and I'm sure you will see the difference between how tired I look and how different I do look after putting on makeup. But we all know that not everyone looks exactly the way they really look sometimes, especially on social media, and actually after putting makeup on. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this bit. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is my cat Ollie snoring. He's obviously very happy, having a good sleep. Okay, so this is the finished look. Not too different. I just like to add a little bit to sort of my face. I'm quite natural with my makeup. I'd love to know how people do it very like glamorously, but that's just not me, and this is how I do it. I've got some sort of like an orange glittery kind of bronzy eyeshadow on. I love eyeshadow. I kind of think, for me personally, it like finishes that look, and it just makes me feel a bit more glamorous, to be honest. So that's me done, and I'll see you in a second. So another thing right now that is making me really happy is actually making these YouTube videos. It's a great distraction. It helps me escape, and it gives me a chance to be creative. And for me, creativity is what makes me happy the most. And for ages I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I finally have that courage to do so. Also lately I have brought a tripod and a ring light, so that's probably why you can see different angles going on today. And I just find this sort of stuff really exciting. So if there's anything you've been meaning to do, that you really want to try, please just give it a go. And you know, what have you got to lose? If it doesn't work out, try something different. I'm giving this a go. I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm hoping I will continue to do this. Also, if you're enjoying my videos, please subscribe, leave a like and comment on what makes you happy. I'd love to see what ideas people have, and what happiness means to them. So I'm just going to show you my ring light. I got mine from Amazon. I think it cost me about, I think it's like 25 quid, so it's not too bad. There's probably more advanced ones out there, but this is the one I'm starting with, so I'm just going to show you that. So my tripod, it can be extended, but this is it's quite short at the moment, because I was sitting down. But on top here is the ring light, and then you get this little remote control, and with that control you can change the brightness. I'm just going to show you now. So you can actually turn it down so it's not too bright. I'll just turn it back up again. And you can also change the colours. I believe there's 10 different settings, which I find really useful. I kind of like the unnatural light because I feel like it really brightens up the room and it really helps with the quality of my videos. So if you fancy starting a channel, this is, I think, the one to get. There's also a little remote that you can use so you can press start on your videos without having to press your phone, but I do not know where that's been placed, so I need to look for that. Also, you can put your phone in this little slot and it extends up and then down, so you can put it in landscape, and this can be moved around too. Another thing that makes me happy is ironing. No, I'm only kidding. What does make me happy though is watching some of my favourite YouTube channels whilst ironing. So ironing itself, it's not the thing that makes me happy. It's not the most exciting thing to do, but I often like to put something on so I can kind of forget that I'm actually ironing. And it kind of helps me to, like I said, forget that task. I do find keeping up with my ironing and washing a task, and I just find it difficult because sometimes my condition makes me feel really exhausted, but I'm learning to do it in little chunks at a time. Maybe I need to set aside an actual day to do that stuff, but I know for me that it's not really realistic because I need to do things in smaller chunks. So I'm just going to put on my favourite sort of YouTube channel and then hopefully get as much ironing done as I can. So one thing that I realised whilst I was ironing is that for me, my mental health is very much connected to my physical health. So me doing these activities or jobs that make me happy actually can sometimes, if not most of the time, improve my physical health. And it's taken me quite a long time to realise this, because I know that if I get stressed or I feel like I'm under a lot of pressure or I'm feeling down, I know that I can go into a flare-up. But also there's that whole thing of trying not to blame yourself for that, because, you know, your mental health, you know, it's going to trigger as much as sort of your physical health, and throughout this sort of, I don't know what to call it, in some ways I'm going through like a healing process with my condition, and with happiness, you know, it's not like there's a destination. I know that sounds really cheesy, but I think sometimes we keep searching for happiness, but maybe we're actually experiencing it in those little moments and we don't realise. I think it's honestly the moments where we're not self-aware, and it's only until we sort of look back and we go, that made me laugh or that made me smile, and it's trying to flood your days with that happiness, because especially these days it's so easy to get bogged down with everything going on in the world. So yeah, I was just ironing and that kind of just came to mind. Sometimes that can happen, you know, in any situation during the day. I don't know about you, if you've sort of got time to yourself, you kind of have these big questions, or you think you're kind of trying to solve the world in all your thoughts. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but I'm sure you'll find out in a second.
Yeah, I know I got problems, and I don't know where to go. I don't wanna put the blame on you, so I put it on my own. And see, with you I'm so different, but to me I'm so cold. And I know, something's got to change. When I was lonely, I needed time, sitting and thinking about my life.